This is a really awesome vehicle coming up. Dare I say auto cycle again, a vintage looking, but no headache of a vintage, Vanderhall Venice GT. So cool, get in here. You have to see this up close. This car, like I said, it takes all the design cues of a 60s vintage roadster. It's a reverse trike design, mono aluminum body. You have the singular tire in the back. You have all these cool color designs. I just love this vehicle. I look at it and my jaw kind of drops because you see something like the Polaris Slingshot, which is a cool design as well, also a reverse trike, but it kind of speaks to maybe the party animal, whereas the Vanderhall Venice is a little more refined. It's bespoke. There's less than, I think, 1,000 models made each year. So you may be the only one in your town driving this beautiful vehicle. It is a motorcycle, technically. Here in California, you're supposed to wear a helmet to drive it legally. It does have straight back sequential gear shifting options for those of you who like that, but it's a really good love connection or marriage between the auto world of racing and vintage heritage there, as well as motorcycle feel, the visceral open air design. Obviously, there's no roof, there's no door. You just pop in, hit the road and go. But enough about the talking. We have got to take this out on the road. I am so thrilled to be behind the wheel of the Vanderhall Venice GT, inspired by vintage race cars. The styling is cool, it's sleek, and it's raw. Oh yeah, and now for the 0 to 60 time. Let's try and see what we can get this up to. Can you hear that turbo? We are blazing fast. The boost on this, oh, I love the sound of the whistle of that turbo. All right, top speed of the Vanderhall Venice GT, 138 miles per hour in something that's 1,400 pounds. This thing is blazing fast, so raw, so visceral, no top, no doors, so much fun in action. Driving the Vanderhall, you definitely have to be alert. Both hands on the wheel. You feel so much torque in the steering, and if you brake and you don't have two hands on the wheel, you definitely get rocked a little bit. You definitely want to be braking in a straight line pattern so that the wheels aren't turned, that you're not getting a huge jolt. I mean, the response of this vehicle is very, very different than a lot of cars. Check out the interior. You got these beautiful, beautiful leather seats. I mean, I don't know what this color is called, but I love it. I imagine when somebody rolls up in this, they've just maybe smoked a cigar, talked about these beautiful stories. It just gives me so many historical references and feels. Some people say it's designed to look like a boat. I think really it's designed to bring in that 60s racing heritage. It has design cues from Formula One. It has this beautiful wood design steering wheel. Some say it looks like, you know, captain steering the ship, but you really have a very interesting design. Inside you have analog gauges. There's no frills here. I mean, it's sophisticated, but there's nothing that doesn't need to be there. You have gauges like your hazard, your traction control, your cruise control, all the necessities. You can hook up your iPhone or whatever connected device you want to hook up with Bluetooth. You have a barely there glove box. You're not storing a lot in this vehicle, but that's not the point. The point is to get out on the open road, feel the wind in your hair if you want, like I do, enjoy that true driving experience. This is a real driver's car. When you're driving this, unlike the Slingshot, which is a rear wheel drive. This is a front wheel design, and so you're feeling everything. If you're coming to a braking position and you're not straight, you are feeling everything. You have so much response on the road. You are feeling it all. It's such a fun experience. You have the windscreen. Obviously, you need that because you don't want bugs in your teeth, but it's not a full-on windshield. Like I said, this is technically a motorcycle. There's no windshield wipers. This is not rated for safety crash testing at all, but it's a really interesting design. Here in the front, you have the clamshell. I would pop the hood, but it may take me a minute and you don't have that kind of time, but I can tell you what's under the hood. We have a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. It has plenty of get up and go. It puts the fun back in driving. You feel the road, people are giving you thumbs up as you cruise down the street. You have this super impressive design and styling. You've got pushrod suspension in the front, which drops the suspension parallel, which brings the design of the front down, different than the rear. This is a design that's really derived from Formula One racing. So again, those racing heritage cues throughout. I just love the Vanderhall Venice. It's impressive, it performs, it's beautiful to look at, but it gives a serious punch as well as it's pretty. It's more than just a pretty face. It doesn't disappoint and it's so fun. This is a car you will just fall in love with driving in. Definitely, it's a good marriage between the auto world, the motorcycle world, but some people are like, well, which one should I get? Should I get a car? Should I get a motorcycle? This would be your third toy that you would go to, that you want to impress people with, that you want to really turn heads with. I love the Vanderhall design. It's a beautiful car that performs just as beautifully. All right, that does it for the auto review of the Vanderhall Venice GT. Have you even seen the Venice before? Are you obsessed with it like I am? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the action. Until next time, thanks so much for watching.